Let's chat about this new moon in Scorpio happening on November 19th, November 20th, because there is a lot going on. It is not just like a normal new moon, tension setting, manifestation new moon, which new moons usually are. It's in the sign of Scorpio. We have a lot of transits also happening alongside it and like honestly like intertwined with it, especially the Mercury Cazimi, which is in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde. It's literally a part like interwoven with this new moon. So we'll talk about it today. And Scorpio is the most intense sign ever, but I love Scorpio energy. I thrive in Scorpio energy. So let's talk about how you can thrive in it too, because this really is just a spiritual reconstruction of your inner world right now. Like the next couple months is like a spiritual reconstruction of your inner world, but the Scorpio new moon is like, it's getting down in it. It's making you go into the depths. And hi, I'm Alexie Gigi. Welcome back to my channel if you're watching me here on YouTube, or welcome back to Alexie Gigi podcast if you're listening to me on Spotify. I am so grateful that you are here. And in today's episode, it's going to be separated into two chapters. As always, chapter 1, we're going to be going through each one of the transits also happening with the new moon in Scorpio. Absolutely everything you need to know, how it's going to affect your life, like what you should expect, absolutely everything. And then chapter 2 is what to do and not to do, some exercises, rituals, like everything that you need. Let's get into it. But before anything, pull up your transit chart. You guys know I tell you this all the time. Pull up your transit chart to see exactly what area of your life this new moon in Scorpio is affecting, because there is a lot happening in that specific house. Not only the new moon in Scorpio, but Mercury retrograde at the exact same degree is activating that house as well as Lilith. Mercury retrograde and this new moon in Scorpio sitting at the exact same part of your chart. They are working together, literally hand in hand. A conjunction in astrology means that they're sharing and meshing each other's energy, more so that they're literally right on top of each other at 28 degrees. So this is a very, very important part of your life right now that you are being asked to take a very deep look into. Like, not just on the surface level. Scorpio does not do surface level. Scorpio does everything beneath the shadow. This area of your life is being completely reconstructed. You're being asked to look inward. You're being asked to redo, review, ask questions, get deep, face your shadows in this area of your life. A lot of death and rebirth energy. And yes, this is a new moon, the beginning of a lunar cycle, but in order to reach that beginning, you are going to need to go through the death. And this doesn't have to be scary, by the way. I know I'm using scary words like death and rebirth, but I promise, like, Scorpio energy is passionate and intense and deep, but it's not scary. We can romanticize it, and that is exactly what we are doing. Scorpio rules death and rebirth, right? So this is the area of your life that has been shifting. It's transforming even more so. Like, this is just the beginning. The next couple months, like right into the new year, we are in a period of solitude. And as always, the new moon and Scorpio workbook is available for you, and it's made custom to your own birth chart based on the exact area of your life. This new moon in Scorpio and Mercury retrograde and Lilith is activating for you, and this is a special one. It's kind of like a 3-in-1, because you will have all the shadow work prompts made for you based on your own birth chart for exactly where new moon and Scorpio is affecting, but also Mercury retrograde. So it's kind of like your Mercury retrograde guide, your new moon and Scorpio guide, and also like Lilith activation prompts as well. So you will have shadow work activation prompts, journaling prompts, as well as specific exercises and rituals made for your own birth chart, made for you, so you know exactly how to handle all of this energy. And that's available on my website, and I'll also have it linked below, along with the new moon in Scorpio guided meditation, which this one's a deep one, but obviously like it has to be a deep one. It's Scorpio. Even though it's a new moon, it is a deep one, and it goes along with the exact area of your life that is being activated, and it goes hand in hand with the workbook too. You can do the workbook, not the meditation. You can do the meditation, not the workbook, but it's best when you use them combined, especially if you do the workbook first and then meditation. But you will be focusing on that specific area of your life this Mercury retrograde and new moon is activating for you. Now let's get into chapter 1, where we talk about the transit. So first, obviously, let's talk about the Mercury Cazimi, because that's the big one. Everyone's going to be talking about the Mercury Cazimi happening. And a Cazimi is like when the sun, obviously every new moon is when the sun and the new moon are together. They're in a conjunction. They join up. It's the beginning of the lunar cycle. And Mercury is right there. The sun is literally shining so bright, burning everything in its path, including obviously Mercury and the new moon and Lilith too on the side. It's in the heart of the sun. So whatever is in the heart of the sun is going to amplify whatever inherent energy is of that planet. Mercury retrograde, the new moon in Scorpio. Now, first of all, let me just talk about this for a second, because the moon doesn't like to be in the sign of Scorpio. Okay, it's at its fall in Scorpio, which the moon is always at exalt, every planet exaltation, they're at fall, their home like sign, and the moon doesn't like to be in the sign of Scorpio. They don't really get along too well. Scorpio is very, very passionate, very intense, and the moon just wants to chill. Just like the moon that loves to be, obviously it's exalted in the sign of Taurus, which is the complete opposite of Scorpio. It just wants to relax with a cozy little blanket and like feel all the emotions, and Scorpio just wants like intensity. It wants that chaos energy. It like lives and thrives in that chaos. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. With this Mercury Cazimi, this is a death and rebirth process of your mind, of your thinking patterns, about how you see the world, about how you see yourself, about how you perceive absolutely everything. This is a death and rebirth about how you think, about how you process things, about how you think about your future, your past, your present, about how everything just like happens in your mind. That is what this new moon is about. This is about getting deep into not only your conscious mind, but not just the logical, but also the subconscious mind, which rules 95% of our reality. And that is why meditating, especially during a Scorpio new moon, like Scorpio is probably the best thing that you can do right now. It will get and bypass all the logical conscious thinking. The alpha and theta brainwave state activation will get into your subconscious. It will help you rewire those limiting beliefs, help you face your shadow and everything. And really, like, this is a moment where your inner dialogue is exposed. The way you process information, the way you interpret new experiences, the way you see yourself, the way you communicate, the way you think, all that. And this Cazimi is honestly the time for breakthroughs in communication. And I mean like major breakthroughs. And because it's, you know, retrograde, everything that is happening right now, it's not like an outward action-based energy. It is very internally based. It's reflexive. It's deeply psychological. This is a retrograde flavored new moon in Scorpio. So yes, you can set intentions, but not necessarily the same type of manifestations, intentions that you would normally set on a new moon that is good for manifestation, for planting new seeds and all of that light energy. This new moon is kind of like about setting intentions around revisiting old ideas that maybe like popped up in your head one time, one point in time, and you were like, oh my god, wait, that's a good idea. I want to pursue that. Like, that is actually so good. Maybe you started it. Maybe it was a project. Maybe it was a hobby, whatever it was, like, and you just kind of like let it go. There's so many other things that happen into your life and you forgot about it, right? Or you never finished through with it. Now's the time to go back to old ideas and revisit them. Go back to maybe old ways of thinking and go back to an old pattern, an old dream, analyze it, an old perception that you never followed through with but still holds potential for you. This is about rethinking, revisiting, reprocessing, all the re's. And you can set intentions and use this as manifestation, but listen, like, we are always manifesting in every given second, every day. I am right now. You are right now. Like, manifestation is a lifestyle, not necessarily just 369 method. Let me do this one ritual and I manifest it. No, we're always manifesting our reality, our perceptions, through our thoughts, through our thinking patterns, like through everything, through how we perceive the world, through how we act, what our personality is like, through how we feel. And honestly, this new moon in Scorpio, yes, it is helping your manifestations, because what if like your thoughts, your internal dialogue isn't matched up to the reality that you want to be living in? Like think about the person that you want to become, right? What you are striving towards, your goals. Maybe it's you want six-pack abs and you want to be a model on the cover of Vogue. Let's just say that's just an example, okay? But you want to do that. And what if your internal dialogue right now is you looking in the mirror and you constantly thinking, oh my god, I look so fat. Oh my god, I look horrible in that. Oh my god, I hate my arms. Oh my god, you saying to your friends, oh, my hair looks so bad today. I literally can never stop eating. Like, I just want to eat and eat and eat and eat. You saying those things, you even thinking those things about yourself, that is not in the same vibrational frequency of who you want to be, which is like this model with your dream body. It is not. You need to change the way you think in order to change your reality, in order to get there. So this is your moment to change the way you think. And obviously, like, I'm just giving you a very, very, like, basic example, like the first thing that I thought of. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, even though your reality doesn't currently look like this, like, you control your mind. Your mind is so powerful. In this Scorpio new moon, it wants you to get deep into every crevice, every part of your mind. And that requires you to reach your subconscious mind as well. So in the workbook and the meditation, there is a lot of subconscious exercises and rituals for you to do to literally reach every crevice of your mind. And because the moon its fall is in Scorpio, like, your emotions may be intense, it may be heavy. Lean into it all. Romanticize it. This is rebirth in a real way. This is a reset of your inner world. This is also stripping away of any like emotional illusions that you may have. And honestly, we're talking about more of the transits, but this new moon is like giving you a lot of clarity. It's about to give you a lot of like, oh my God, breakthrough moments. If you do that shadow work, if you go into the depths of your mind, it can reveal a lot to you. Maybe a lot of shocking truth as well, because we have an opposition to Uranus, which is the planet of like shocks and the wild card planet and change. So there's a lot of revelations. There's a lot of emotional honesty. And Scorpio, like, one of the major themes of Scorpio is secrets, is hidden things, is undoing. So a lot of secrets are going to be coming to the light right now. What will you do with them? It is so important to work with the energy. This is also a big theme, is like a return to your own personal power. Scorpio is about power. It's also about control, right? It wants you to take your power back in a big, intense, passionate way. And this could also be a moment where like your psychic abilities are going crazy right now. Your intuition is going crazy right now. Like, it's Scorpio. It doesn't do anything lightly. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Pluto is death and rebirth. Mars is the sign of like action and motivation, and it's just so like intense, and so is Pluto. It's deep emotion, it's deep passion, deep truth, nothing shallow. I know I keep like repeating myself, but like I want you to understand that you need to get past the surface level with this new moon in Scorpio. We also have so many planets in water, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a second. We have a trine happening, a grand trine, which is really, really positive energy happening in all water signs. So this is like very emotional energy. A lot of emotional movement happening beneath the surface. And right now, Mars is in Sagittarius and Pluto is in Aquarius. And those signs are also the signs of like truth coming out. So more truth is being revealed internally, externally. And this new moon is really pulling yourself inward so you can see yourself and your reality and everything clearly. And also too, like, we're gonna be seeing a lot of themes surrounding finances, political like finances, debt, also intimacy issues, maybe relationship issues from the past, anything that has to do with like sex and passion. These are major themes of Scorpio. Now let's talk about the other transits. So first we have the new moon conjunct with Lilith. Now this is a little bit more of a further conjunction than obviously Mercury, but it's still a conjunction, and Lilith is still very prevalent. Now Lilith is our dark feminine energy. It's the part in our charts where we have felt guilt or shame or have been wanting to hide, but it's also a part that holds a lot of power. And honestly, Lilith and Scorpio, they go together so well. When I think of Lilith, I think of Scorpio. When I think of Scorpio, I think of Lilith. They're both that dark feminine energy type of vibe, and so they're sharing each other's energy right now. It is double that energy. So you do want to be focusing on your dark feminine side right now. This is shadow work. This is desire. This is raw truth. This is the part of you that refuses to stay silent. Lilith brings up the emotions that you hide from yourself. She forces you back into authenticity. Lilith honestly is one of my favorites to work with. I feel like you guys know that if you've been watching me for a while, and she does bring a lot of changes to this new moon in Scorpio, which you will see reflected in the new moon in Scorpio workbook. You want to be working with her. She's gonna help you take your power back, and she's gonna help you see things in a different light with this Mercury retrograde also happening. Now, next transit I want to talk about is, I mentioned earlier, the new moon is making an opposition to Uranus, which they are literally like opposite sides of the chart, right? It's like kind of like a push and pull of energies. And Uranus is at 29 degrees, and this creates cracks and shocks, revelations, clarity, surprises. This affects your finances, your resources, your security, your intimacy, sexuality, emotional attachment. This is unavoidable, honestly. Like, we're all going to be feeling this intense Uranus energy, but it does not have to be scary. It could literally just be in the form of like, oh my God, you finding out a secret or something, and you just, it's not going to be more so external. Like, you're not going to like, it's not something like crazy is going to happen, right? Like, I'm not saying to be scared of everything, like lock yourself in the house and don't go outside and be scared of every little thing. I hate when people say that, like, because it's not scary. It's just like, I want you to guys be prepared, like, oh my god, you might have like a little surprise, or just be a little more mindful of things. Like if someone tells you something and something like you're like, oh wait, what, like that doesn't make sense, and then ask them more questions, because 9 times out of 10, you ask more questions, especially during this transit, they're gonna tell you more, and they might reveal a lot, something that is gonna like shock you and maybe give you some insight that you haven't seen before in this type of way, and it's gonna help you and your future. Everything that you find out that comes into light right now is gonna help you. It aids you. So it's nothing to be scared of at all. So make sure you are asking those questions. Make sure you are like snooping a little harder. Like make sure you are thinking everything through and you're putting puzzle pieces together. That's kind of like the energy I'm trying to tell you guys. Now the next transit, we have the Grand Water Trine. We have it with Jupiter, we have it with Saturn, and we have it with Neptune. This is honestly a blessing. It's a huge energetic gift for all of us. It's water sign energy. I love water sign energy. Jupiter is expanding your emotional understanding. Saturn is also there, like grounding the emotions. It's helping you. It's giving you that anchor that we need. And Neptune is heightening our intuition. It's heightening our psychic sensitivity. It's heightening all the dreams that may be coming up. And Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces makes your dreams extremely vivid, and maybe a lot of that clarity and that truth and that hidden aspects as secrets could be coming from your dreams too. So maybe if something happens in your dream, or maybe you just randomly dreamt about a situation from the past, like that you felt a little questionable, or a person, look into it a little bit more. Maybe check up on that person. Maybe ask that person a question. Everything's louder. Angel numbers, louder. Intuitive hits, louder. Downloads, louder. Now the last transit I'm going to talk about is the moon sextiling Pluto. Now a sextile is the second, I didn't mention what trines were, they're 120-degree angle. It's like the most harmonious and positive angle aspect that you can have in astrology. So a grand trine with all water signs, amazing, beautiful. It's really calming down any of that like super intense Scorpio energy and making it just feel a lot more manageable in a sense, and like free flowing. But we also have this sextile to Pluto, which a sextile is also a very positive aspect. All the aspects are positive, but it's like easy energy essentially. It's like sextile is kind of just like a helpful hand. And obviously Pluto is one of the rulers of this new moon in Scorpio, and it's a death and rebirth. It's your transformation, and Pluto is helping out. It's a gentle but powerful doorway into transformation. And really, like this new moon in Scorpio, this part in your chart where this Mercury retrograde is happening, this is the part of your life that is evolving. Whether you like it or not, it is evolving. So how do you want it to evolve? It's important that you look within. It's important that you ask yourself the right questions. It is important that you reframe your mindset. You rethink things. You reevaluate this area of your life. Mercury retrograde is retrograding here. This new moon in Scorpio is giving you the intensity, maybe that little push that you need to really look into this area of your life. Now, if you don't know how to pull up your transit chart, I'm going to explain quickly here, but I do have a whole video on my YouTube channel, like literally going in depth, step by step, all the details on how to put it up. It's really, really easy. It takes literally 30 seconds. You just go on Google, you search up AstroSeek Transit Chart Calculator, and you enter your birthday information, and the time you're born at is very important because that will give you the houses. And then you enter where you are currently are on the day of the new moon in Scorpio, the time that it peaks at. I'm going to have all the peak times down below. Make sure you check, because it could be on the 19th or it could be on the 20th, because it's very, very early in the morning. It's at like 1:46 a.m. I think Eastern Standard Time. I could be wrong, so double check. But make sure you check your own time zone. You're gonna enter that. It's gonna give you a chart. You're gonna find the orange moon on the outer circle, because those are the transiting planets. You're gonna trace the moon back to your chart, and on the inner like wheel, you're gonna see like house numbers. You're gonna see exactly what house. It's like follow the line, and you're going to see exactly what house, and that is the area of your life. And houses in astrology represents areas of our life. So for example, the first house could be your identity, the second house is your finances, the 10th house is your career, like the 7th house is your relationships, 4th house is your home, your family, and so on and so forth. So make sure you do that, because you can be looking at like listening to all these like horoscopes and stuff saying this is how it's going to be affecting you based on your rising sign. But in Placidus, that can never be 100% accurate, especially If you have a later degree rising sign or a very, very early degree, I have a very late Scorpio rising. I'm a 29th degree Scorpio rising. So whenever other people are talking about, okay, this is happening in your 4th house, it's actually not. It's actually happening in a way different house than me. So you could be listening to random like horoscopes that obviously they do have some truth in it, especially work with whole signs and whatnot. Like every astrologer has their own way of working with things, but I think that Placidus is very, very precise because it's down to like the degree, and really pulling up a trans chart takes no more than 20 seconds. And it will also give you more insight into like how everything is affecting you. You can like trace back the opposition to see where Uranus is right now. You can see if the moon is making any personal aspects to your chart. So it could be making a trine to Venus, and maybe it's like an amazing time for your love life right now. Maybe it's revamping your love life. Maybe it is making a square to Mercury. Maybe it's making a square to your 7th house, and this could be a time to really, really reevaluate your relationships. Whatever it is, maybe it's conjuncting some of your planets. Like those planets are going to be activated. Like it's going to be affecting all of us very, very differently because we're all very, very unique and different people. So that's why I always stress to you guys so much to pull up your transit chart and really look deep in like yourself and see how things are affecting you so you can act accordingly. Now let's get into chapter 2, what to do and not to do. Number 1 is revisit an old idea or an old project, an old hobby that never left the ground. Obviously, this is heavy Mercury retrograde influenced energy. Mercury retrograde flavored new moon in Scorpio, so to say, right? So you want to be doing all the revisiting, reevaluating, rethinking, especially reprocessing, redoing, restarting. Even though a lot of people say like it's not a good time to start anything new, it's not a great time to start anything new or manifest anything new, which is going to be a don't, is do not do any like heavy manifestation rituals, calling in brand new things you like just thought of or haven't thought it through prior in the past. Even though we are always manifesting at every given second, we always are. You and me are manifesting right now. It's like that's the way it is. Manifestation is a lifestyle, but I'm gonna say do not manifest or really just focus your energy on any of those things. Nothing bad is going to happen, but there's a lot better ways to utilize the energy than doing that. That's the whole point of honestly me and you listening to me, right? Like me coming on here and telling you about the energy so I can tell you exactly the best way to work with them. Everything is for your own favor. So this energy right now, it wants you to go backward before you go forward, and maybe there's something, you know, in the past that you have thought of and maybe you wanted to do, but it just wasn't the right time then. Now's the time to revisit it. I am revisiting something right now, and honestly I didn't even realize I was revisiting, and I was like, okay, I've been wanting to do this. I wanted to come out with something like last year, like for the new year I wanted to, and I just like didn't have enough time. I just didn't think about it enough, but I really wanted to do this thing, and I know that you guys would absolutely love it, and I kind of just let time pass me by, and I was like, oh, well, I missed the time, so I'll just do it next year. So obviously I'm building a whole other thing in Italy that I'm so freaking passionate about, and I've been like nonstop grinding and like my focus on that, and obviously like content for you guys and the workbooks as always. So I just like didn't have that much brain capacity for that specific project, but I meditated, and right after my meditation I had that realization, this is what I need to do. I need to revisit this, and I need to just get it out there. I need to just do it. But I need to reevaluate it and reprocess it and do it in a different way. So I'm taking something that I thought through in the past, and I'm completely redoing it. And now I'm coming out with it for the new year, which you guys will find out really, really soon, because I'm literally in the process of doing it right now. And it's exciting, and I know you guys will love it, and I know I'm gonna love it too. I'm excited to like have it for myself and use it for myself. But look at everything again with fresh eyes. Like whatever comes up for you, sit down and look at it again, brainstorm it again, create another Pinterest board on it. Scorpio is basically resurrecting whatever still has life in it. Number 3 is do find one emotional truth you have been avoiding and bring it to light and do shadow work on it. Sit down with yourself, pick the thing that you pretend not to feel, name it out loud, and alchemize it. Face it, truth is alchemy during a Scorpio moon. Number 3 is do a Lilith mirror ritual and just in general work with Lilith based on your own birth chart, based on the house that the new moon is transiting through, which the workbook is going to give you like every specific exercise and ritual for you to do based on this specific house, obviously. But doing a Lilith mirror ritual is great. So like turn the lights low, light a candle, look yourself in the eyes. Say something that you've been too afraid to say. Maybe it's something that you've known about yourself, like deep in your heart. Maybe it's something that you messed up and you've just been too afraid to admit to yourself that you did. Maybe it's admitting to yourself that honestly you're still not over it. Don't say an affirmation. Don't say anything. Just say a truth. Whatever truth comes up that makes you honestly like it like hurts to say it in front of the mirror. This will free something in you. When you say it, you're gonna be thinking this is coming out of you. Like coming out, you're gonna be spewing out that word, okay? And then you're going to say the exact opposite of whatever that is. And you're gonna say, I am alchemizing this energy right here, right now. It is no longer a part of me. I am alchemizing it and I'm transmuting it. Number 5 is clean something symbolic of your past self. So maybe this is cleaning out your notes app, your camera roll, your social media, Instagram, TikTok following, your old journals, your closet, your makeup bag, like whatever it is, do it with intention. And maybe revisit like an old journal, read through an old journal, read through like something that once meant something to you. Maybe it's like an old box. Like, did you guys ever like have those boxes for like past exes where you would put a bunch of stuff in, like memories and stuff, and like still keep it? Like I randomly still have a box of my ex from like middle school and high school. So maybe just like go through those type of boxes, or if you carry a memory box for everything, go through the memory box. I do, and I honestly just thought about this. I'm definitely going to be going through the memory box. Definitely do that. That is such like Scorpio New Moon, Mercury Retrograde energy right now. Do that, or you revisit it, and maybe you'll find some inspiration from it. That's what I'm talking about here. Like you utilize the energy of this energy and you will find inspiration, you will find clarity, you will find like a thought in your head that will pop up that will lead to something in your future that will benefit you. That is how you utilize like specific energies. You're not just scared of it. You're not just like, oh my god, I'm so scared, like, oh, I need to avoid everything. No, you utilize it. Next is do take a shadow shower or a bath. Utilize water as a main ritual point here. You can utilize water in so many different ways. Bath and shower ritual, all that. Now you can also set intentions, but only internal type of intentions. Like I reclaim my emotional power. I release attachments. You can just say these affirmations in the mirror while you're doing mirror work. I speak my truth without fear. These are the type of intentions that activate under the Scorpio new moon. What not to do, do not force anything outward. This is not the new moon for launches, for risks, for major decisions. This is honestly not the time in general for any launches or starting anything new or randomly getting your bangs cut or something during Mercury retrograde until November 29th. Everything is inward. Everything is forming. Everything is reconstructing within inward. This is the season. This is the time to look inward, to cocoon yourself almost. And like that is how you are going to grow into this big butterfly. Like this is the moment you need for yourself. Also do wear Scorpio colors. So like a dark maroon, like what I'm wearing today, like a dark maroon, red, black, laces, leather. Feel that dark feminine energy. And next is do activate your dark feminine energy under this new moon, okay? Your dark feminine energy is the way that you reclaim your power. The meditation and the workbook, you will have exercises and exactly what you need to reclaim your own Lilith and your power. Make sure you work with your dark feminine. You do mirror work. You wear dark feminine energies. You light a red and a black candle. This is also the moment, honestly, to live in intensity and romanticize intensity, romanticize romance, romanticize intimacy, romanticize your sensuality. Like get into a pair of red silk or black lace PJs or a robe and literally by yourself dim the lights, light some candles and play some like music that makes you feel hot, that makes you feel sexy. Like get sensual with yourself, like look in the mirror, start dancing, get naked, like whatever it is you want to do, but make sure that you really go deep with that intensity that is Scorpio and you romanticize all of it. Maybe like write an intense little letter. I don't know, but be intense, be dramatic. Like this is Scorpio energy. It thrives in the chaos. So I'm not saying obviously don't text your ex. Don't do that. Okay, you might be inclined to do that right now. Definitely might be inclined to do that because it's Mercury retrograde. No, don't do it. Do not give it the time of the day. I promise you, it is not fate. It is not destiny. You may feel like it is. Mercury retrograde has a funny way of bringing back past nostalgia, making it feel like destiny. Especially in the sign of Scorpio, it wants you to get deep. It's very intense, so just don't do that. Also, good crystals right now is any black crystal. So obsidian, onyx, black tourmaline, that is really going to help you honestly protect yourself against any negativity, against any just like intense energy, honestly. Garnet is a great crystal for you to use right now. And the last but not least is do meditate and do focus on a specific area of your life and make sure that you are asking yourself the right questions. You're journaling. You're doing shadow work in that area of your life, because I can't stress this enough. I said this so many times throughout the video, but Mercury retrograde is activating the same part of your chart this new moon in Scorpio is. So is Lilith. So it's kind of like times 3. And if you guys made it this far, comment on 999. That is the ancient number we're choosing for this new moon in Scorpio, because honestly, it represents Scorpio so beautifully. It's about completion and rebirth, emotional release. It is letting go so you can rise. It is getting into the depths of everything so things can just reconstruct and work itself out, but internally. Your intuition is guiding you through a spiritual ending. I love you guys so much. I am so proud of you. So proud of you. I'm so grateful for you. I love you. And I will see you in the next one. Happy Scorpio New Moon.